like I would have been in school with these kids for like 4 or 5 years, and like a lot of them didn't even know my real name. Like they just called me Squeak.
Hello and welcome to Uncut, live from our studio in Dubai. The audio and visual podcast show that gives you exclusive scoop on our guests and hot topics including some of your favorite celebrities. And now, let the fun begin. Here's your host, S1.
Welcome back to Uncut with S1. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time, to Uncut with S1. We are back with another season, guys. This is a new season, actually. We kind of cut it off from the first one. We just ended it and decided to go into season 2 because we did enough of season 1. And this time around, things are much bigger. Bigger stars, bigger drama, bigger everything, bigger truths, bigger lies. You guys get the point. 2020, a new ball game. And yes, welcome to the UAE's #1 podcast. To start off this new amazing season, we have a very, very successful YouTuber, gamer, and content creator on YouTube with over 5.6 million subscribers and over 1 billion combined views. Oh my God. He's a longtime member of the Faze clan and arguably the funniest character out of the group.
Yes.
Let's welcome Alex, aka Faze Adapt.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so
How
much
are
for
you,
having
bro?
me. I'm amazing.
Welcome to Dubai.
I love it here, man. I'm having too much fun.
All right.
Way too much fun.
So it's literally the best time of the year to be here.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know that.
The weather's amazing.
Bro, the
I love it.
weather is amazing. The sun is
Perfect.
shining.
The air just feels like clean, like, you know what I mean?
Right?
I don't know what it is. It's my first time here, so I'm having
Welcome.
great
What
time.
what was your first impression the second you landed and started driving on the road?
I remember pulling up to the hotel and just like looking around and seeing like there's still like I've always seen stuff about Dubai like on social media, pictures, and just like really seeing it with my own eyes. Like I saw the tallest building in the world, and like we went to the top of our hotel and looked down into the city, and they have these lights that like go on and off, and it's just crazy, like just how it looks, you know, just it's so beautiful. And like I watched the sunrise this morning from my hotel room, and it's just like really, really special.
So I was going to ask you what you did today, but since I was a part of your day, I'm going to give a little introduction. I woke up, I'm on 1 hour sleep.
Wow.
I woke up like, I went to sleep at 3 and woke up by like 4:30. So then I got ready and went over to see Alex at his hotel. And we got ready and went to the desert, and we did a desert tour of Dubai and saw falcons,
Owls,
hawks.
We rode camels.
Oh my God, 3 of them.
Yeah, dude, the owl was I had an owl like right here on my hand. It was crazy. That is like one of the craziest creatures I've ever seen with my eyes. Like its eyes were like orange.
Yeah, like
it was
light brown.
And it's crazy how well trained they are, and like, you know, just I learned a lot about them too, like how their species and how they've evolved and stuff. It was like very educational too. So
Right.
that's always good.
Now let's talk about your favorite part
Of the day so far, of the
Yeah.
trip. Wow. Okay, hold on, let me think.
The ATVs.
The ATV. We
Come on.
we just actually got back from.
We actually came straight from there
Straight
to the
here.
studio. The ATVs were crazy, right?
So much fun. It was my second time ever doing that, and I never, when I did it for the first time, it was back home where I'm from in Arizona, just on in the desert trails.
Right.
And out here on the dunes, it's like so much different, and we're having so much fun, and it's just all open land, and like you can go up and down, and we were just having so much fun ripping it. Like you just feel like a beast. Like I love that.
We felt like we were part of a movie or something.
I felt like I was in the Hunger Games. Like, like I was hunting something. Like I was looking for something. I don't know. It was weird.
What was the purpose of this trip? Why are you in Dubai?
I'm here for the DSF Fortnite event. I'm going there after this from 7 to 9, and I'm gonna be meeting some fans. I'm gonna show up at the event, and it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited, especially to tap into our demographic out here in Dubai and see what like it's always crazy going to different parts of the world and seeing the effect that not just me but what Faze has done, and like seeing
it's insane,
like how the way these kids look at me, it's crazy. And like,
do you see it as a blessing or a curse? Because it can be both at times, right?
Oh, it definitely can be both, and I think it all depends on how you react to it, and it's like without a question a blessing. Like I'm so blessed to be able to do this is what I wanted, like since I was young, since I was like 14 or 15. I've been working. I worked so hard when I was young and throughout the years just to get in this position, and I got like it worked out, and like now I'm here, and like we're just, like it's crazy, man. It's hard to put in words,
So let's make something clear. Faze Banks reached out to you, inviting you into the Faze clan, right?
Yeah, true. Me and Banks go way back. I met Banks when I was a freshman in high school, and we were both a part of a trick-shotting clan called Soar. He was the leader, and I was just one of the players in the team. I was in Soar for like 2 years, just hitting clips, grinding, and he was in Soar with me. There was actually a time, a lot of people don't know this, when I was really unhappy with the way things were being, like the leadership in Soar, and me and my friends left, and Banks called me from work, like his work job. Like he called my phone, and he was like, I'm coming home right now, you're getting on Skype. And he got on Skype and talked to me, and like we cleared everything up, and I came back to the team. And then eventually he got picked up to Faze as like to be a leader, to be a like could start calling the shots and like handling things when it came to making big decisions. And he was like, at that point, me and him already had such a good relationship, and he knew that I was obviously really good at Call of Duty and like good at making content, so he picked me up, invited me into Faze, and I still remember the day. I'll never forget it. And as soon as I joined, I just ran with it. I never slowed down, and it's just crazy. It's just been a crazy ride.
Were you a fan of Faze Clan before you joined?
Oh yeah, 1000%. That's what, like, I remember watching, like, I had to be in like 8th grade, and Faze Clan posted a Black Ops 1 montage called Our War. And it was the first like real like montage type video I ever saw of Call of Duty, and I just watched these clips of these guys with snipers in the game doing these crazy tricks and hitting them, and like with cool music. And I remember watching that and then just hopping on the game and trying to recreate it. And I was huge fans of people like Apex.
Right.
I followed Apex from before Apex was in Faze. I was following Apex, Tommy, Temper, obviously. Probably Tommy, probably like I'm trying to think of, was it 7th grade, maybe 8th grade? Probably 7th grade was when I really started to get into all of this stuff, and that's actually when I got MW2, and I was a really huge fan of Tommy and Apex and Norden. And it's crazy how I used to be subscribed to all of them on YouTube and watch all their videos and clips, and then we all ended up living together and becoming like real like brothers, like really good friends with just a bond that is unbreakable.
How does that feel? Like you had 80K subscribers and then jumped to 100K in 2 days.
Wow, you know the numbers. That's crazy.
You jumped, like your success was really fast. Like I think people loved your character, and your obviously your skill set is a whole another thing. But I mean, it was a full package.
Yeah.
How did it feel now being a part of this group that you were a fan of and now are part of
Like, it was like a complete dream come true. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would sit at home on my iPod just watching these videos and seeing what these guys were doing, and just like wanting to do that so badly, and like wanting to save up money to get a laptop so I could record record my clips and post them on YouTube. And I dedicated almost all my free time when I was at home to playing the game. There were times when my mom would take my controllers away because my grades would be slipping, and I would have to figure out ways to like finesse and be able to hop back on the game. Like I remember I was on PS3. I was trick shotting on PS3, and she took my controllers away one time, and I had a PlayStation 2, and you know how the PS3 controllers are wireless?
Yeah.
So I took the PS2 controllers and I cut the wire and I gave her those. And I played with the sound off in my room just quietly, and then my dad caught me.
Yeah. So you didn't get away with it.
And there was a lot of other things too. Like I remember even in high school, like it must have been like a freshman or sophomore, my mom during the school days of the week, she took my controllers and would hide them in the house. And on Friday, when I got home from school, she would load up my grades. And if I wasn't at least averaging a C in all my classes, like passing, you know what I mean?
Right.
She would not let me have my controller. So I would rush home, load up my grades before she got home, because she had to pick up my little sisters. And like I had a small window, so I would load up my grades, and I would, you know what Inspect Element is on Google?
It's
essentially, I would Photoshop them.
Oh,
so like so
I
would rush home,
right,
highlight it, and just change the number and just leave it there and be like, "Mom, look, I'm passing."
My God!
And eventually, she caught up to me. I think one of my teachers emailed my mom, and she was very unhappy about that.
I can imagine.
But you know, I had to do it, man. I had to do it.
Would you do it all over again?
1,000%. 1,000%.
No regrets, right?
Nah.
How long have you been now part of the Faze?
I was a junior in high school, right? Hold on, let me think. It was 2013. It definitely wasn't 2015. Definitely wasn't 20. Yeah. September 2013. September 9th, 2013, I think the date was.
September 9th.
Yeah.
Wow, you remember
Or
that.
no. It was right after the new college, November. It was like November 2nd or November. I'm very disappointed in myself that I didn't. Right. It was in November.
September 9th.
It was right after Call of Duty Ghost came out.
Are you sure that's not your ex's birthday or something?
No, it's not. I don't know why that date popped into my head, but
okay, because you were pretty confident about that.
Yeah,
like
no, it definitely was.
I felt it. I believed you for a minute.
Yeah. No, it definitely was November.
Okay,
like I think November 2nd or 3rd. I feel like it was the 3rd. Let's go with the 3rd.
All right, 3rd. You grew up in a house with 4 sisters, and you always wished for a brother.
Yeah, I did.
And now you live in a house full of guys and brothers.
And now I have brothers. That's crazy.
What do you think? Like, how does your family handle all this? Like, do they miss you at home?
Yeah. I mean,
your family's in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
And you live in LA.
Yeah. My mom gets worried a lot. You know, she's obviously a very caring and loving mother and wants the best for me. So she's always checking in and reaching in, and she'll always watch my stories, and she'll follow people like Banks and Tommy and all my friends in LA on Snapchat and Instagram. And like, if I go like for a while without posting, and like she sees me on someone's story, she'll like call me or text me, and you know, be a little, like have like a little bit of an attitude, and like she's just always looking out for me and always wants to know what's going on and stay in the loop. But they definitely do miss me. But I try to go home at least once a month or every other month, and it's in Arizona, and I live in LA, so it's not bad. It's not a bad trip.
Yeah. What would you say? Wait, before we go into that, let me ask you, where did you get the name Adapt from?
The dictionary. I didn't get too far. Yeah. My name before Adapt was Velocity, and someone joined Faze, and their name was Velocity before they joined Faze, and they joined Faze, and they made their name Faze Velo. So I was like, man, like I can't be like the other Velocity. Like I can't be like there's already someone in Faze under that alias. So I was like, I'm about to just bust open the dictionary. So I opened the dictionary, I was scrolling, and I saw adapt, and did a quick scan of the internet. I'm like, I'm pretty sure no one has this, and I just rolled with it. And I spelt it with an H originally. It was A-H.
Oh.
It was A-H, like adapt.
That's dope. Your content now is a variety, right?
Yes.
You post all kinds of stuff. You do vlogs, sketches, and challenges,
Skits and challenges.
skits. Yeah.
Whatever really I think would be funny, or just whatever I enjoy making. I don't really like to try to force content out that I don't have fun making, you know, if that makes sense.
And you have the freedom to do so, right?
Yeah.
Like you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So, what do you feel like is your favorite thing to do? Is it still gaming, or would you say you're slowly growing out of it, or is there something that you feel like vlogging, lifestyle, or these things you connect with more?
I mean, I always love gaming. I've always loved gaming, and it's actually interesting that you bring up the point, because I've started to actually play Black Ops 2 over the past couple weeks a lot more, and you know, posting about that on my channel and my socials, and people really love that, because that used to be strictly what my content was, just Call of Duty content and Black Ops 2 stuff.
Right.
But I always love throwing in like that, like the real life aspect of it, to make it feel like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just to make it feel like you're not just like watching, like, you know,
Yeah.
there's something else to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's always good to do that. And my favorite type of videos to make are probably like my skits and my sketches and my adapt type of series. That's a series I've made like 20 plus of those, and those are always so fun. It's just like a huge video compiled of little skits that people comment, like adapt the type of guy to open a bag of chips with scissors or something like that. And like a lot, it's funny because like when I first started doing it, I would get ideas for them just off of like how I actually lived my life.
Right.
And like my friends would be like, bro, like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, you know. Like,
That's crazy. What made you stop playing Call of Duty?
I mean, just slowly as the years passed, like after Black Ops 2, really, it just stopped being as fun and enjoyable for me, especially. And then after I moved to New York and we got in the New York house, it was a lot easier and I had a lot more fun doing like real life content and just shooting in the house. And it was so much more organic, and it was performing just as well. So I was really excited on that. And I always still try to sprinkle gaming in here or there. Like I played Fortnite for a little bit and ran with that for a while, but it was just too hard to keep up with kids on that game.
I can imagine.
Like there's too many cracked out like 16-year-olds on that game that just would melt me.
But you enjoyed it for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I made a montage on the game. I had so many clips on that game that I never did anything with. I actually had a whole another montage edited full of like crazy clips. Like all last December, I just played Fortnite and like.
I think you should release them.
Maybe, honestly. I'm working on a Black Ops 2 montage with Norden right now. Actually, it's gonna be really, really big. I have a lot of clips saved up, probably like 70. We're each gonna get like 10, 20 clips, get a dope edit, get a really, really cool exclusive song. Like, you know, maybe talk to like one of my friends and like line it up so like when they drop it, we can drop it too, and you know, it just goes crazy.
Dope.
Yeah.
When you say friends, what kind of friends? Because I know you have people in the music industry and people you know. Who do you think you have in mind?
Wow, off the top of my head, let me think. I mean, we're really good friends with everyone at Lyrical Lemonade, like Cole and Jake.
Okay.
And all of them. Like we've worked with them a lot over the past couple months, year almost, and you know, they obviously work with a lot of artists and,
awesome.
You know, kind of in a sense, do what we do, like discover talent,
right, and
put them on, and you know, put them kind of in the light, and so maybe like through them, I could talk to them, and like I know that there's a bunch of people on that team that just are so talented, and just a lot of people don't know about. Like a new artist they have is the Kid Leroy. Have you heard of him?
I haven't.
He has a song called Let Her Go, which is crazy, and I've heard some of his unreleased music, and I was actually just talking with him earlier today, and maybe we can line up something, because I know he's going to drop. He has a lot of music in the vault, so maybe I could talk to him about dropping something. Or
cool.
I have a couple other friends too.
When your mom used to take the controllers away from you,
yeah,
How many hours were you playing?
Oh man, I don't even know, man. I would play until I was just physically tired, like physically like didn't want to play anymore because I
Give
had
me
so
an
much fun.
estimate. Are we talking 4 hours?
More than
7
4
hours?
Run like
10 hour.
all night, all like as soon as I'd get home, like I don't even know, like I just would lose track.
Oh
like
my god.
like especially when I was really like starting starting to trick shot and play Call of Duty, especially when I first started. I mean, it slowly, went down as the years went on, but it started out just me playing all the time and recording all the time and just sitting in Skype calls with all my friends, like all my Faze homies and just other friends I met on the internet. And I would just sit in calls and we would, around. Oh, whoops. we would mess around and
Don't worry, you swear.
we
By the
would
way, he said oops because he got a little like pre-lecture before the
yeah.
and we just keep it PG because we like to keep things PG.
Yeah.
But you already swore like 100 times.
I did?
Yeah.
No way. That was the first time I caught myself?
No, that's the first time you and he did it again. I love it.
No.
It's alright. It's a LA thing.
It's an Xbox thing.
Oh, okay.
Xbox Live parties, MW2 lobbies. MW2 lobbies turned me into this.
So I'm guessing, you're not playing as much anymore, are you?
I mean, it's crazy you ask that because up until like a week or two ago, I wasn't, but I have been playing a lot of Call of Duty and streaming a lot because I'm working on this montage and a lot of people really enjoy seeing me play Call of Duty again. So, and I really enjoy playing it again. It's something that just has always been fun to me and organic, especially when it comes to making content around it. And I can stream it, which is really cool. I've never really been a streamer or live streamed like that, but I streamed a couple times last week when I was back home in LA and everyone loved it. And so, yeah, I mean, I've been getting back into it like the past week or two, and so have a bunch of the other Faze guys.
That's awesome.
I got a lot of cool things planned for 2020.
2020 is bigger, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's bigger. It's better.
Gonna be the best year, man.
It's
It's already been such a good year.
Yeah, true. You're a very positive person and always joking around, good mood. But there's a serious issue around the world, and you've been a victim of it as well. And we're talking about being bullied in school.
Oh, yeah.
Growing up, you've been bullied, and today more than ever, where you would assume it should decrease and it should stop, but it is more than ever that kids are getting bullied in school, and for different reasons. What was the reason why were you bullied in school?
I mean, to start off, I moved from Pennsylvania to Arizona. Like my life was like going through elementary school was always good. Like I always had friends and I would play basketball with them and invite them over. I would play in this rec league, invite them over. But then in 5th grade, we moved to Pennsylvania, or not in 5th grade, in 6th grade, excuse me. And then we lived there for a little while, and because my dad's job got reassigned, and we realized that like my family realized that wasn't what they wanted. So we had moved back, and I moved to this whole new school with a bunch of people I didn't know, and I didn't really know how to make friends. And I think that's one thing. I didn't have many friends, and also I had a very high pitched voice. People would call me Squeak because like my voice was just so high pitched. Like it was crazy. My voice didn't.
Where did it go?
I don't know. It was you can type in Swordap 1K IRL on YouTube and hear my voice. And I was also very small, so it's easier for like bigger kids to kind of like just throw me around and just say to me, and I didn't really know how to react to it or deal with it. I always tried to stay away from drama and stuff like that, and because I knew if I got into trouble, that would always result in consequences of me not being able to play video games and stuff like that. So definitely like throughout 8th grade and the last part of 7th grade and 9th grade, I struggled with that a lot in school. But then in 10th grade, when I was a sophomore in high school, I I made a friend, Mohammed. He's been on my channel a lot, especially back in the beginning. If you guys are familiar with him, and after I really met him, it started to kind of just go away because I would just hang out with him and like at lunch. Because at lunch, like when I was a freshman in high school, like I would just like I'd have nowhere to go. Like I didn't know who to sit with, like, and so I would always just end up gravitating over towards like the group of kids who would just like make like really mean, snarky comments about me, and I would just have to stand there and like shrug it off because like those are the, like no one else would talk to me. You know what I mean? So like, and I didn't want to sit alone. And I just really didn't know how to, I just really didn't know how to do it, how to like really be social like that. That's why I think a big part of the reason why I started playing a lot of video games and Xbox and stuff like that, because it was a lot easier for me to talk through that. And like,
you overcame that issue, I think, in your last year, senior year, probably.
Probably my like junior year, it really just stopped, and I genuinely just stopped caring. I used to care a lot about what people would say about me, and like how people, especially like in my school, and like what people talked about and stuff like that. And once I kind of just turned it off, it just went away. Yeah, it just went away. I just kind of turned it off and just focused on myself. And I had a very small circle. I have,
because you hit fame when you like your channel started blowing up when you were towards your end of senior year, correct?
Yeah.
And out of a sudden, stuff like life changes and flips.
Oh yeah.
And everyone wants to be your friend.
Yeah, it was crazy to see. I literally just like, it was crazy to see how people flipped and switched up. Like from, you know, like I would have been in school with these kids for like 4 or 5 years, and like a lot of them didn't even know my real name. Like they just called me Squeak. Like that was just like how I was known around the school. And like by the time I was a senior, it was crazy. Like I would walk around campus and there'd be freshmen. They would come up and ask for pictures, and sophomores, and then people started looking at me different and like asking me questions on how I do what I do and like how to do it, and like looking at me to give them advice. And like I'm like, bro, like I've been in school with you for 5 years, and now you want to like come to me, and it's because you want something from me. Like, and I just always stayed away from it and just hung out with Mo in high school and focused on myself, and you know, got through my classes, and then I would just go home and right to MW2 or Black Ops 2.
Let me ask you this. Out of everything you learned from school, what have you done with it? Have you spread this message in any way? Have you kind of like tried to teach people or talk about it in public? Because, you know, a lot of kids can learn from your experience.
Yeah.
And I always suggest and advise, you know, people who've been through something to talk about it. At least, even if it's not in front of the whole world, at least with
someone.
To someone, and with your friends or your close circle or your family, whoever. But you might be able to help someone. What have you done? Because I know you're a little bit active. I want to hear it from you.
So you mean like what I've done with? Do you mean like with the
with talking about and helping like kids nowadays and different societies? Like I know you've done some activations in your school.
Yeah, I've gone back to my old high school twice now and spoken to my old psychology teacher, Mr. Kobashi. Shout out Mr. Kobashi. I've gone back, and it's crazy because like in this class like that I came back to and spoke to all these kids, like I remember being in there as a junior and like being like so tired every day. And like I would literally sleep in the class because I would be up till 3 a.m. the night before editing. And it was actually one of like my favorite classes I took, psychology. A lot of stuff I learned in there like I thought was really interesting. And I sort of kept a good relationship with him throughout the years, and he asked me to come speak at the school, and I'd love to do that. Like that was something that like I remember being in high school and like even in middle school and elementary school when people would like, you know, they'd bring in guest speakers, and I remember like always listening to them, and nothing ever really resonated with me from what they said. So
why is that? Was it because they weren't relatable in any way?
I'm not sure. I don't know if maybe I wasn't really listening, or I just didn't understand it. But it never really like sat with me. I never really, took any of that with me and like carried it with me throughout life. So when I went back and spoke, I kind of tried to just beat at the fact that like to let these kids know that whatever makes them happy, whatever they want to do with their life, whether it's gaming or fashion, or if they want to go to college and be an accountant or a lawyer, like whatever they want to do, whatever they makes them happy, that's what you need to do. Like, and you shouldn't listen to what anyone says, because when I was in high school and I wanted to pursue this career in gaming and YouTube, it was looked at so much differently in 2014 and 2015. It was not taken seriously, and
Right.
I was I would get in a lot of arguments with my parents, and I remember getting called to my counselor's office, and my counselor sat me down and was like, listen, Alex, you got to start taking this more seriously. Like, it's your senior year. College is next year. And I'm like, college? Like, college? I'm not going to college. Like, I'm going to the Faze house. And I remember, I still have this photo. It's actually on my Instagram. In one of my classes senior year, they give all the seniors this checkout slip. And it shows, like, you're supposed to fill it out with all the scholarships and, like, what your plans are if you're going to the military. Right. And like there's this whole sheet, and
what did you
at
say?
the bottom it says other, and I literally wrote one sentence. It said, move to NY with 5 friends and make YouTube videos. And that was it. I finished it and like super quick, and I handed it to my teacher. What was her name? Damn it, I forgot her name. I'm so upset that I forgot her name. Anyways, I give it to my teacher, and she called me up, and I had this was my second year in a row having this teacher. I was a TA for her this year because her name was Miss Nance. Love you, Miss Nance. I remember
you got it.
I got it. So
Nice
I had her
memory.
class the year before, and she was just such she just had like an energy to her, and she I enjoyed being in her class and learning, and my lab partner was Mo, like my best friend.
Nice.
So that was really cool. And then I TA'd for her the next year, and I handed in that paper, and she called me up, and she was like, Alex, like, can you like take this seriously? Like, you joking? And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, I am serious. Like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm gonna do. And it was really hard for a lot of people to understand that, especially my family and just like older people, But
Right.
I always knew, like, I always in my heart knew that that's what I wanted to do. And that's what I needed to do, and that what was right. Like, I was never gonna get that opportunity again, and you really only get one life. You know what I mean? Like, so
100%.
Don't waste it living someone else's. Do what you want to do with your life, and just make sure, just don't ever let the thoughts or other people's voices be louder than your own.
For sure.
That's something I remember reading when I was younger, and you just got to stay true to yourself, and just whatever makes you happy, figure that out and run with it, and don't look back.
I agree. Let's talk about music. You've done a few songs. You had 2 songs, right?
Yeah,
or
actually 3.
3. Okay, and the one I remember is That Fart.
Yes.
So That Fart talks about fart. FART.
Yeah.
Fart. And yeah, any new music coming?
I mean, that should just show you how much I don't care.
I know.
Like that was a sequel to like before YouTubers really started. There was this time on YouTube, probably in 2017, going into 2018, maybe the end of 2016, when all these YouTubers started making music, whether it was diss tracks or this. And I remember in 2015 making a music video called Faze What the Fart Right Now. And I was in Arizona. I was with my friends. We were chilling, and we were listening to Freestyle 4 by Kanye West. And like me being, the stupid kid I was, I was like imagine if he said fart instead of and like I was with my boys Mo and Roman, and I flew them out to New York when I was living there, and I was like, bro, you guys are here, like we're gonna do this, like, and I literally recorded it and edited it in Vegas, and we shot this video, and people like obviously there was like a noticeably more amount of dislikes, but I got 5 million views. People really liked it. So the second time around, I heard the song That Part, and I was like, wow, this is too easy. I just got to switch a letter.
And make it fire.
and that we actually took a little bit more seriously. I did it with my friend Roman, who actually makes music and raps, and he really spit a hard verse on that. And
I was just gonna say that song like actually shows your potential. Like, would you consider doing a serious song like on a serious note?
maybe at some point in the future. I definitely have thought about it a lot, and love everything about music, and think it's really cool how it's a lot like making YouTube videos, like the way it's edited with layers and tracks, and how you have to add different sounds, and like, you know, there's a process to it, you know, that is very intriguing to me, and I'd love to definitely learn, and I think it would be fun. And I always mess around with my friends and freestyle and stuff like that. Like, it's always fun.
Well, now you know who to call when you if you need anything, right?
Yeah, maybe at some point in the future, maybe I definitely wouldn't rule it out. But seeing I've made 2 songs in the past that were about farts. If I drop like a serious song, I don't know like how that would be received. But I don't know.
I think you can still have your little personality in there, but just not about like that. Let's not take it that extreme.
Let's not rap about farting.
Yeah. I want you to give me real quick explanations of your tattoos, like super fast.
Okay, super fast.
Yeah.
Is there a timer?
All
right, so this is the desert because I'm from Arizona. This is the Faze logo because obviously Faze Clan.
Yeah.
This is a camera. This is my first tattoo because that's what I'm passionate about. Creating content, filming videos, just making something dope that people can look at and be inspired by and watch and want to get up from the computer and go do something, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I had film wrapped and roses added to it, and eventually I kind of want to fill in these blank spots with maybe dates that are important to me. So that window's open. I have an owl here for my mother because growing up, not even just growing up, my mom loves owls. She's like obsessed with them. Like there would be like owl plates, owl mugs, owls, like soap dispensers, like anything that you can, like anything that could be an owl.
Everything.
Like my mom just loved it, so I had to get this for my mom. And then on the other side, I got the inside of the Raiders logo for my dad. Because
cool.
Like one of my favorite memories growing up was, you know, me and my dad always watching the Raiders every Sunday, even though they were trash. Me and my dad always watched them, and like he got me Madden. And I remember when I would play Madden, I was young, they'd have this replay mode. And looking back on it now, I think I really annoyed him. But they'd have this replay mode, and anytime I did something remotely cool in the game, I'd pause it, replay it, run out to find my dad and be like, Dad, come look. And then I'd play it, and then he'd be like, nice, son. So I got that, and then wolf, because it's my favorite animal, and also I've always been very fascinated with wolves. And then I just started my second sleeve, and I got the Heath Ledger Joker here.
Wow.
Because that is one of my I'm a huge superhero fan, just and comic book fan in general, both Marvel and DC. And the Heath Ledger portrayal of the Joker is, I think, one of the best all-time villains ever on the big screen. And like everything about that movie and that character was just great and inspiring. And I got it here just because it's my favorite, and I don't know, I just love it. I love it that much. And eventually, like,
more
I maybe do like a whole comic book sleeve, add like the Flash, the Green Arrow. I have a tattoo. Also, cursed. Damn it. I have I don't know if the camera can see that. There's a little, like a little lightning bolt. Little lightning bolt. Because I love the Flash. I used to make YouTube. I have a couple videos on my channel. I remember being in New York one night and looking up on YouTube how to edit videos to make it look like I'm the Flash. And I remember watching a tutorial and being like, oh my God, like this is easy. I can do this. And I literally woke up that morning, set up a camera, shot the whole thing, edited it, and just made like a 2-minute video for myself. And I was like, damn, like this is so dope. And I posted it, and I did really cool. And it was really dope to see myself as the Flash. It's a show I've watched since it's aired on television. I could tell you anything if you ask me anything about that show.
Wow.
I know it. Same with Arrow. R.I.P. Oliver Queen.
What's coming 2020? What's new? What can fans expect?
For me, a lot more activity on my YouTube channel, my socials. I'm streaming. I've been streaming a lot on Twitch, having a lot of fun playing Call of Duty. We have a new Faze house, which is so exciting. So very exciting. We're getting a new house, and right now we have our living situation. We kind of have two houses. I live in the Cloud House with Banks, Rice Gum, and Brother Nature. And then all the Faze guys live in the Faze house. We're going to get one house. Everyone's going to be either, and Norden is coming back. Norden has been gone in Canada for 2 years, and that's literally like my duo. When he's around, I'm a better person, and vice versa. Like we make each other so much better. And he's been gone, dealing with some stuff back in Canada for a while, and he's kind of finally in the right headspace to come back and get into all this. And we literally have been talking like every day all year about how excited we are to do this. Like it like really puts a smile on my face, because I haven't been this excited about getting back into doing YouTube and just being very active in a long time. And
awesome.
Like I slowly started to slow down in 2018 and 2019 towards my normal pace for a lot of different reasons. I was dealing with a lot of real world problems and issues and stuff that, up until that point in my life, it was just all like rainbows and sunshine. And, I never really had any serious problems. And then
right.
I was just getting smacked in the face right over and over and over again, all 2018 and 2019. And like, it felt like as soon as I'd get back on my feet, I get knocked down again. And there was just so much stuff that happened to me, and a lot of stuff that I haven't talked about or opened up about, just because I don't know. It's just never, just like I don't know. Just that's just kind of how it happened. But I'm glad I went through that, and
it made you a stronger person. It made you who you are today.
I definitely matured a lot as a person. And I think a lot of my friends will tell you that. I learned a lot, and I feel like a better person coming out of the other end, and like I have a whole different perspective on how I view things and look at life, and I appreciate it a lot more now. And I definitely am very, very excited for this year, and to be living with everyone again, and to be back with Norden and making videos. It's gonna be so much fun. And Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is back, like trick shotting, and like, dude, like there's so many good things, man. Like I'm very, very excited.
2020 is big.
I really have not been this like happy, like mentally, in a long time, probably since I moved to California.
Wow. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, I mean,
and keep it up that way, and make sure you always put yourself first. Are you up to playing a quick game? I'm rushing because you have to go, not because I want to. All right, just because your
I'm
team
always
is
down for a game.
Yeah, all right.
What's the game?
The game is really simple. I'm gonna ask you a question, and you only have 5 seconds to answer. So you have to give me the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you the question. All right.
This could get dangerous.
And yeah,
Let me get comfortable.
it can definitely get.
What's that noise?
It's the music.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
What's your favorite pastime other than gaming?
Basketball.
What is the most rebellious thing you did as a teenager?
Probably save all my lunch money. My dad would give me $5 every day for lunch. I saved all of it to try to buy Call of Duty, but I wasn't 17, so I couldn't buy it, and I got caught and got in a lot of trouble, and also didn't eat food for like 2 weeks.
Oh my god. What's the weirdest thing you're scared of?
Bees.
Bees. Okay.
Stay away from me. I've never been stung by a bee.
Who's your celebrity crush?
Nina Dobrev. It's always been Nina Dobrev. You can look back at my Q&As from when I was like in 8th grade. Vampire Diaries.
And she still is. Have you been starstruck by anyone you met?
Yes. Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD. Favorite and least favorite food?
Favorite food? Oh, man. That's a crazy question. I want to say burgers. Like a burger is always my go-to. Chicken. Least favorite food? Probably like sushi. I don't know. My palate is just starting to expand.
All right. Favorite Faze member to prank?
Banks.
Are you heartbroken or happier?
Me? About what?
General.
Happier.
Awesome. What is the last lie you told?
The last lie I told? Oh, man. I don't know. I feel like I've been pretty truthful in 2020. Probably that I'd call my mom back.
Okay.
Probably like earlier today. I haven't called her back yet. I'm gonna try to find it.
What is the strangest thing that you know too much about?
Oh man, YouTube and all the behind the scenes and just what really goes on. Like people don't know understand a lot of it. It's like that Drake lyric. Like I got so much information. Like what does he say? He said something like I just keep it inside and laugh at my own or something like that.
Wow. You mentioned Juice WRLD right before you go. What was your relationship with Juice WRLD?
My relationship with Juice WRLD, I met him once. We got to go paintballing together through my friend Itai. He set it up. He invited me to go paintballing with him, so I met him and his friends, and that's where I met Leroy. And we hung out for like a couple hours that day. And I remember that day I had a brand deal that I was supposed to go to, and I blew it off. Like I had already was on board for it, and a lot of people got mad at me for it, but I didn't regret it for a second, and I'm still to this day so glad that I went and I got to hang out with him and meet him and talk with him, and I talked with him also on the phone probably like 2 weeks before he passed. We talked on the phone for a little bit. He actually texted me, and I was like, wait, like how does he have my number? And it's kind of strange. And then he told me to FaceTime, and I FaceTime, and it was him. And we talked for a little bit about playing Call of Duty and stuff. And our relationship, pretty much that was all the our interactions we had. But outside of that, his music meant so much to me. I have never really connected with an artist as much as I have with him. And anyone who knows me will tell you that. Like, I know every one of his songs front to back, all his music that's out.
That's all you listen to.
Yeah, you hear me in the comment. Even to this day, that's all I like. His music helped me so much, like on so many levels with so many different things that I was going through. And I am forever grateful for that. And I remember when I went on the Gumball rally in 2017, I didn't get an international data roaming plan because I wanted to just see what it was like to be off social media for 2 weeks. And so I only had 2 albums downloaded. One of them was Goodbye and Good Riddance, and the other was an NF album. I don't remember the name of it, but I was Goodbye and Good Riddance. That was all I had. That was all I listened to the whole Gumball trip. And I remember when Death Race for Love dropped, me and all my friends, we jumped in the Nissan at the Faze house and we played through the whole album. I remember seeing him live at Coachella twice. I remember actually contemplating, like me and my friend Frazier wanted to buy concert tickets like off of the website, like GA, to go see him when he came to his LA show. And my friend Calvin was like, no, I know the people at Lyrical Lemonade. This is really before I met all of them. This was around April. And me and my friend Frazier just really wanted to go see him. It was the Ski Mask and Juice WRLD show. And we were about to buy general admission tickets, but my friend was like, no, like you'll be good. But it ended up not working out when we got there. But I saw him those 2 times. And then I saw him again at a festival over the summer. And man, he had just like, he had so much talent. And a lot of people don't even realize how good of an artist he was. Not just like a rapper, but just an overall artist. And just the influence he has, and like his music really, really helped me a lot. And even to this day, like I can't not listen to him. I listen to him every day. It's all I listen to. Yeah. And if I didn't have his music to listen to, I don't know, like what, like there had been so many times when I would catch myself in my room, just in my head, and I can't get out of my head. I can't stop thinking, and I start spiraling, and I just put on a Juice WRLD song, and it just all goes away, and I just start like thinking about the lyrics and singing the lyrics, and I start feeling good. Like that's really how it was. Like, true. And it was a really, really sad day when I found out that he passed away. I'll never forget the day. It was so really, really, really sad day. And it still hurts me to this day that he was only 20 years old and he was really just starting his career, and he's gone, man. It sucks. It sucks so much.
You know what? I think from every tragedy and everything, we need to get out the positive and look at the positive. There's so much good that he brought to your life and to so many others. So look at the bright side.
Yeah. And I'm really grateful that I got to hang out with him and talk to him before he passed. Like going paintballing with him was really cool. Like he was like such a like a calm, like the most normal person you would expect,
Right.
and you wouldn't expect him to be like a superstar, like
Yeah.
he was, and he was really going to be one of the biggest artists ever, man. He was so talented,
Yeah.
and like his music was just so good, and like it's such a tragedy, man.
Rest
So,
in peace.
yeah, rest in peace, Juice WRLD.
And on that note, let's hope you come back and stay healthy, stay
Yes, of
positive. And we want to see you back on the show, hopefully, the next time you're around.
Of course, I would love to. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. This was Alex,
Or Faze
aka Faze Adapt.
Faze
One
up.
of the best. We'll put his links. If you don't know him, now you know him. And yeah, he's in Dubai, you know, with all the Face Clan merch and everything. You need to send me some.
Yes,
Don't play around, bro.
I will. You know I'm good for it. Come on, I'll get you that care package.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. This is Uncut with S1. Stay tuned for another episode, and welcome to 2020.